Hello everyone, today is May 5th, 2010, and I'm back for another video. And this message is from Jimmy on Twitter, and he asks, John, what is the point or purpose of your background? But I just put this up, and this says, don't spend. And I have that there to remind me not to spend my money, but to save, because I am moving to Los Angeles in a year, hopefully. This up here is a board that I've had, seriously, there goes the other speaker, that I've had since I was a child, and I saved my movie stubs. The first one is Liar Liar from like 1996. That's the board, that's that, and that's my background. Okay, and DD Admire asks from YouTube, the word fag. Curious to see what your opinion is in the usage of the word fag within the gay community. As I walk down Castro here in San Francisco, the word fag has appeared 23 times. I have seen fag on numerous t-shirts, hats, bags, etc., as well as queer, queen, dyke, lesbo. Do I need to go on? To me, it doesn't bother me if one of my friends, gay or straight, call me a fag, though if a stranger uses it, it has a bit more of an impact. So I completely agree with you. I think the word fag, that's so gay, and all those slang words for the homosexuals and queers and lesbos and dykes is completely inappropriate, and I completely agree with you when someone that you don't know says it to you or a stranger says it to you, it makes it that much more hurtful. But if someone you know says it to you, then it's not as hurtful, but it's still kind of like, why are you even saying it, you know? It's just, I hate to be that guy that's just like, do you have to say fag? Do you have to say gay? And it makes me look like, why am I so sensitive? It's not that big of a deal. Because it really is, I think, it goes past just, the sexuality of gay. I think in just, especially in the American culture, people say that's so gay. It's just like, that's so stupid. And has nothing to do in correlation with sexuality. Gay being gay, it can be offensive. And it is offensive to many people. When I hang out with my straight friends, they just say, that's so gay, and I don't like that. That hurts me. That hurts my feelings. Why are you saying it like that? But I will, say that's so straight of you. And so it's funny because now when we hang out, I'm all like, that's so straight of you when like they spit or like they do something like very masculine, because masculine heterosexuals have, stereotypes that they have to follow too. That's a hetero norm. And I'll be like, that's so straight. And they'll be like, that's so gay. So, I mean, I have fun with it. If I'm in a fight or if I'm talking with someone in a bar and they're all like, you fag, I'm going to be pissed. So really, it's all about the context in which you use the word, in which I will be offended or not. I have a good question here that I really want to address from my YouTube inbox, and it is from Bright-Eyed Brian. He writes, hello, I did not enjoy the response to why aren't there poor gay people. Some important points that you missed. Wealth comes from good paying jobs, most of which you need a college education for. And in turn, those who are college educated are more liberal views. So wouldn't it be fair to assume that wealthy gay kids usually come from more liberal, accepting families, where coming out is easier, while the poor in this country are usually minorities that don't accept homosexuality as much for cultural and religious beliefs. Thus, in turn, you get more of your DL gays. I don't know what DL is. Honestly, there's too much categories, there's too much labeling in your question, but you did raise a lot of good points. I just want to go ahead and say that I'm not poor, I'm not wealthy, but, I am, comfortable, and I am, I was raised with a family who, is a lot, I am able to go to college, and I live in a home, and I live in a nice area. But I was raised by very conservative Republicans, and to say that the majority of rich gay kids come from liberal families, or if you get a college education, the chances of you being liberal is foolish statements. Honestly, I don't want to call you a fool, but the statements that you did bring up in your question, I think, are a bit foolish. I mean, there's so much labeling, there's so many categories and so much speech on the news and in media that, there's so much more that's not seen. It's not so black and it's not so white. People are, conservative and people are liberal. But the reason why I brought up this question was because you did raise a lot of good points that I've been thinking about making a video about, but I haven't made a video about it yet, just because I really want to get my facts straight. And there's so much going on in politics. There's so much going on in the government. And there's so much going on in the gay rights that I want to make sure that I choose my words very wisely and that I know my information before I go ahead and make a video that's going to be viewed by thousands of people. But I did want to bring it to heart. I did want to acknowledge that I don't understand why gays, why the majority of gays are liberal and why they seem to be Democrat. And I don't understand why why if you are a conservative or a Republican and gay, that's looked upon as something that you shouldn't be. My conclusion, I know I'm going off track here, but I just want to throw this out here real quick. The only theory that I have is that most gays think that in order to be gay or in order to, maybe get our equal rights is to be liberal or Democrat, which is not true. I think it's definitely a false inquisition or a false statement to think that you have to be a certain way to be gay, or one comes hand in hand. You can be conservative, you can be Republican, you can be gay, you can be liberal, you can be straight, you can be, that it's not bam, bam, boom. But I never ever be conservative, Republican, homosexuals. So, yeah, lots of good points in this question. Sorry for going off topic, but just wanted to throw that out there. What do you think of that? I do yoga, I run, I take care of myself, my mind, my body, my soul, and I am a spiritual person. So I love this question. This question comes from my YouTube inbox. It's from It's Fate, and he writes, a mindset for you. Are we really what we see in the mirror, or is our reflection only what we want to see? Love it, Oprah. Love it. It's the second part, baby. It is the second part. A reflection is what we want to see. That's why there's anorexia. That's why there's people who think they're ugly and getting plastic surgery. It's a lot to do with what you have to see. I do Bikram yoga 4 or 5 times a week. I love it. It's steamed hot yoga. And I love it so much because it makes you look yourself directly in the front of the mirror. Dancers know this. Other people do other types of yoga know this. And for 90 minutes, I'm looking myself straight in the mirror, meditating, thinking, looking at my body and doing all these poses. And looking in the mirror really is it's quite an emotional and intimate, what situation, whatever you want to do. I'm going way deep into this, but I think this is a cool thing to ponder. You all have to ponder it. Are we really what we see in the mirror, or a reflection only what we want to see? And I think it's what you want to see, And I also think that people who have no friends, who don't have a partner, and who are alone, may struggle with mental instability or not sure of who they are. Because I think another big part of who you think you are is from what people see of you. And so people who have lots of friends and who have a romantic partner, get that feedback of you're so great, you're so outgoing, you're so funny, and you get that of how people perceive you is how you really think you are. So if people perceive you to be stupid, you're going to think you're stupid. If everyone, thinks of you in this kind of light, then it's hard not to agree with that, because we are what other people write as our scripts. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we believe everything we hear, or that we care too much about what other people think of us. But think about it. I learned this in psychology, and I'm a found believer of people really perceive who they are from not what they see in the mirror, not what they really truly think of themselves, but how other people view them. And that's a huge part. So love that question, and I love all you guys. That's the end of my huge long video, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back longer than shorter for another video. Thanks for all my new subscribers. Catch me on Facebook now. I have a fan page and a personal Facebook page, so I'll put the information on the side link. I also have a Twitter page and an email account where you can message me personally. I'm a horrible Twitter, I'm horrible at it. Better at Facebook, so hit me up on those two. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video. Mwah.